Hey, so I just have a couple hot takes I want to get off my chest about Deep Woken. If you didn't know, I played this game a lot. That's why I upload so much. I always have a lot of footage since I record almost everything I do in Deep Woken. Uh, so yeah, I mean, one of my first hot takes, I think, is that I wish legendaries and enchants were much rarer. I think that, scarcity would make them a lot more. I don't know how to say, like, it would feel like it's more impactful, maybe. Maybe like it's more special when you get an enchant and when you play against an enchant because you know they're really rare. It's kind of like how in Team Fortress 2, if you know what that game is, there's items that are exceedingly rare, and therefore when you get killed by it, you're like, oh hey, that's that item that's rare. You know, like the golden frying pan or a I don't know, just like a guy with a unusual hat, maybe. Something like that, or you can recognize that it's uncommon, to say the very least. You know, another hot take I have is that I feel like Layer 2, alright, no flame, but maybe you guys aren't very good at the game, because I feel like Layer 2 is pretty easy. Uh, I remember when I was first running Layer 2, I actually wiped one of my my very first slot a couple times. Back when I only had one slot, because I would die to Etheon a couple times. But I think that it should be harder, but maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. I think that I mean, I think the only reason Layer 2 is viewed as difficult is because there's the constant fear factor of wiping your slot, where you progress for all this time and you go to Etheon, right? And then you just wipe to Etheon, and your entire progress is basically reset. That's like the only reason Etheon. I honestly believe that Etheon is much easier to fight than Chaser. The only hard part about Etheon is the floor specific attacks, the ones where he has a bunch of bones that just start popping out the ground. But even then, if you know how to avoid it, which you can jump over the bones, by the way, which is pretty neat. You don't have to dodge roll through them. It also becomes pretty trivial, you know. Another take I have is I feel like Trial of One. I don't know. I don't like Trial of One. Because, here's the thing, right? It feels like farming at Bandit Island. I mean, it's good for new players, I guess, but if you've ever actually tried to farm at Bandit Island from level to power 1, it feels like you actually just cannot progress. Like, you get so little EXP, it's crazy. I don't know, maybe it's just, I mean, there's always Viper's job, but like, as a new player, you're probably gonna go hit bandits for a bit, and you're not gonna power up very fast. Feel like maybe Bandit Island EXP should be buffed, especially because any veteran player would just go to Trial of 1 or do Trial of 1 first rather than Bandit Island. So the fact that Bandit Island is so, well, not Bandit, it's like Lower Arisia or something. Call it Bandit Island. I don't know, I just don't like the fact that it feels like there's no point in ever farming it or going there most of the time. I mean, there's Duke and, like, you can go gank there, it's fine, but I don't know, it feels like if you're a new player, low power player, you get like no EXP. I've tried to progress from power 1 only doing some bandit quests, and I didn't even make it to like power 3 without like 5 hours going by. So I can't imagine doing that as a new player and then getting ganked by a Voidwalker fresh out of trial, who's probably only played for like 20 minutes. I don't know, see, it just seems a little strange. I guess that's another thing, that's more of a problem with Voidwalking progression at lower levels. Incentivizing killing of new players. I mean, that's part of the experience, I guess, but I mean, come on. That just kind of ruins their experience, I guess. Kind of sucks you're incentivized to do it. Maybe they should make it so Voidwalkers start at a higher level or something. I don't know. It's not even hard to get Voidwalk, to be honest. You just need one friend to grip over and over again. I don't know. I'm not sure how you would rework Voidwalker to make it so that you don't just go gank lower level players. I mean, you don't have to gank lower level players, but I suck, okay? I'm not that good at the PvP. So I don't like ganking these 5-star bounties when I'm like power 8. I'm not super, you know? So it's kind of tough. But don't get me wrong, I like Voidwalker. In fact, I play it a lot. I think that Voidwalking people is a really good mechanic to add some, I don't know, some like player v player interactions to the game. Or like events. Yeah, player v player events. I think that the only problem with it is that, I mean, like events are random, basically. You never can really know when a Voidwalker is just going to join your server and start hunting you, really. But I don't know. I guess it's fine. It's just that it feels really bad when I have a bounty on a newer player, and I could just not kill them, but it'd feel like such a waste of time at that point. I just fucking murder them, grip their ass, and grip random players too. I don't know. Maybe there needs to just be. I don't know. I guess the game is meant to be punishing, but it just feels like that newer players should have some sort of protection. I feel like that's what Trial of One should be. It should be like, if you're good at the game, or you've played the game for a while, you should be able to skip interacting with newer players. Because, like, I feel like when you start the game, you go to Bandit Island, there shouldn't be, like, a Power 8 there, or like a Voidwalker Power 8. I don't know, maybe that's a hot take. Feels like because you should have Trial of One done. You should, I don't know, maybe there needs to be like a, I guess that's what Song Seeker is supposed to be. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just, as a Power 8, you shouldn't be able to gank people, like, under Power 5. To be honest, I don't really know how Voidwalker works. It's just that I gank a Bandit Island a lot, and I end up killing a lot of players who I feel like just got the game. So, you know? Alright, that's about it. See ya.